Hello, water signs. Welcome to your readings. Upside down already. It's a good start. I feel out of practice on YouTube, but hey, we're here. I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be a joint reading for all the water signs. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you are all welcome into this space. And hopefully this message is going to be for you guys. So let's dive straight in. I'm going to pull a few cards from this deck. I do apologize for the setup at the moment, but it is what it is for now. Especially if you can hear the fan in the background. It's a necessity. Alright, a couple more please for the water signs. The number 5 is calling out for me. Okay, so this could be definitely a big time of necessary changes. Alright. Some of you could be moving home, like I'm seeing like removal vans. Okay. Alright. Okay, this is interesting because what I'm picking up already, and I will show you, I promise, this is how I do things at times, is I look at them and I can see a bit of a story. So it looks like something good is happening, and maybe you guys have had some good news or are about to have some good news, but there is this bittersweet energy that comes through with this for you guys, because it's almost as if, oh, this is great, and what this is gonna mean good things, but then maybe this change is also scary, or it's daunting, or it's bringing up some old wounds, okay? Because on the bottom of the deck here, so it's not that important, but it is lingering and does need a little bit of focus, is this orphaned energy. So this is the overall energy that you might be feeling at times, and deep down is just feeling a little bit of a lag, feeling alone, feeling not good enough, or just feeling a little bit down on yourself at this time. Again, that is a number 5 card, so there we go. This is what needs changing. This is what needs focusing on. And instead of sweeping it under the rug, which we may do at times, when we have the number 5, it's like necessary changes. And one way to change something is to look at it, is to go, okay, like what is wrong with this? And why is this here? If these are emotions, this could be just how you feel in a certain place or around certain people, but it does feel like it's internal. So it's understanding the trigger, understanding where it's coming from, and reclaiming your power back from it, because at the end of the day, other people's opinion of you does not define you. Maybe the phase that you've been going through in life also does not define you. You know, if you are sad and if you've been feeling very low energy, that's just not who you are. It's just your energy at the moment. It changes. So you're completely capable of getting great things, even if the last couple of years have not looked so good. So just remember that we are capable of changing things at any time, but you are feeling a little bit down on yourself at this moment and may just need to hear that. What I can see coming up is that there is some good news, and I am going to see what this is. Definitely feels like something very fated is coming in. So this is a very big time in your life. It does require a lot of change. It does require some compromise from you, and it does require some decision making. And I am feeling this energy of like, so much work. As I was just shuffling down the bottom of the deck, as I was feeling that, it's a 7 of Pentacles. So it's kind of this energy of like needing to do a lot and not seeing the results straight away can be very frustrating for you water signs. So the cards that came through for you is blessed. We love this. This kind of comes through when we dodge a bullet. Okay, so maybe something that you really wanted to happen didn't end up happening, or maybe not in the timing that you wanted it to. So you may have had this, it's giving me hanged man vibes. Okay, so it's Piscean energy, but it's more of like feeling stuck and kind of not being able to move forward, but having to just stay where you are and just observe, you know, kind of feeling like you can't do anything at that moment. But there is always a purpose behind it. There's enlightenment that we gain, knowledge that we gain, things that we observe that actually make a difference moving forward. So there is a lesson in that. Feeling blessed though here is saying that actually it was a good thing it didn't happen in that time, because maybe it wouldn't have worked out the same way that it did, and now things are starting to fit into place. So again, this is where I'm saying that something fated is happening, because we do have the fates. But you know, it's always those situations in life where it kind of just falls into place. And I am seeing that things just seem to be unfolding for you. But it can be scary, and I am sensing that, but you are looked after. When we have the Fates card here, she is hugging herself, feeling the energy around her. She knows that she is safe and protected and looked after by the universe with these stars all around her. So this is great. This is good. We then have the Flexible card, and I will get into the traditional tarot after this. But we have flexible. So this is very good because we have an egg. And for those who know me, I love to see eggs in a reading because it's speaking about bringing something to life and something hatching and something new coming in. So you do have this new thing coming in. It feels like this is what happens after this good news. But this does require some flexibility. It requires you to make sure that we're not being too rigid, too stuck in our ways. It's a really good time to practice compromise, to learn a little bit more things that maybe we didn't want to learn, focus on things we may not really want to focus on, but it's about compromising, it's about being flexible. Specifically as well with the journey. So maybe something has happened, like you're going in a good direction and the goal is still there, that egg is still there and will always be there, but the environment is changing around you. The people may be kind of coming out of your life, or connections that you really wanted to go well, like friendships, and maybe you're having to leave colleagues behind. You know, it's like there are some things that we're having to let go of, even if it's things that we were very prideful of, things within ourselves as well, that we might be having to compromise a little bit with in order to get that egg, in order to get whatever this new beginning is. So I'm hoping in the tarot we're going to see a little bit more specifics, but it is saying you're going to have to bend with the wind a little bit because your environment around you is changing, and this is ultimately good, ultimately great, but it does require a little bit of like, oh, don't want to do that, but I have to. And then you have fork in a road, and this does bring in a little bit of, it's not a bad energy, but it's a difficult one because it's always hard to make decisions, especially when we get stuck at the end of a road and we're like, whoa, I did not expect to be making this decision so quickly, or to be having to be made, you know, to make an important decision, maybe by yourself as well. So fork in the road is just saying that we're going to be making a choice in the near future that is going to dictate your path. And that sounds scary, I know, but we make millions of these and have made millions of these in our lifetime, so it's nothing unusual. It just sounds scary, right? Anyways, let's have a little look and see in the tarot what's going on for you guys. Get overall message, please. Current energy for the water signs. We have the Ace of Wands. Definitely could be movement. This could also be a new career, a new passion that's coming through that could be made into your career. What we see here is almost like a bridging. You're creating a bridge here to get onto the other side. So for some of you, it could be getting that house. You could be upgrading something, upgrading your career, getting a promotion. The Ace of Wands is a very creative, ambitious, passionate energy. So this looks very good. And again, it could be a move. Clarify this for me, please. Current energy for the water signs. Could just be a really good idea, you know. Interesting. Okay, what's quite interesting here is, for a lot of you, okay, so there's a message coming through to do with some past energy. This could be like fights between siblings or children, or it could be just significant with past memories. Six of Cups is the past. It could be great things, great memories, great people, but this is where the conflict is coming through. So some of you may be having some conflict in a family or with somebody that you've known for a long time. Or you could be having a lot of past memories coming back up, and this is something that you're fighting as well, okay? Or it might be creating a little bit of conflict or resistance within yourself. But you do a Seven of Wands and the Wild card. For some of you, I feel like this new beginning has something to do with no longer having to prove yourself, or no longer battling with whatever the Six of Cups is. It could be, again, a past person. You could just be moving on. I'm going to stare at these for a sec to just really look at this. So Seven of Wands in the upright is usually, you know, fighting a battle and really, you know, pushing against the odds. What it seems like here when it's paired in reverse with the Wild card is like you're kind of giving up on something and moving forward. And this looks like the best decision for you. So again, it could be actually moving away from a relationship or a friendship because there has been some tension, or maybe you're just not on the same page anymore. And you're realizing that I'm not going to fight for this or fight, you know, against this anymore. I am going to choose this new beginning. The Wild card is always good, right? Because it's an end of a cycle, beginning of a new one, and it's leading towards something very passionate. Can I clarify what this page of cups, sorry, Six of Cups is for the water signs, please? What is the Six of Cups? You have the Eight of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles really landed right on top of the wild card like this. So that's about new beginnings, specifically to do with finances. But because this is a stable element, planting a seed is something long term. This could be that move that we spoke about, or home, or an investment of some kind that you might be making. Or just a new seed of yourself. You know, that could be what the egg is. You're like trying to recreate yourself, trying to recreate your life. So, Six of Cups came through with the Eight of Wands. Some of you could be receiving some sort of communication from a past person, or there could already be some back and forth. This could be a mother figure for some of you, okay? If you've had trouble with a mother figure. Interesting. So I wanted to see a bit more about what this communication and past situation has to do with this. And it is being clarified by the Devil and the Page of Swords. So this could be somebody who keeps coming back around. This could be someone who always has something to say. This person is not coming from a great place at the moment. Maybe they have their own struggles, or maybe they're just not a nice person. But the Page of Swords is a very triggered, childish energy. So this person may be trying to pick a fight with you, trying to communicate with you. There is jealousy here with the Page of Swords, okay? Is someone who might be trying to really look into what it is that you're doing, or trying to get to you at your core here. Maybe it's because you might be moving away or doing something good with your life, because what just came out, you have two cards that came up looking at me, and then we had these two looking down, and this is almost what you might be hiding. Four of Wands and the Hierophant. It could be a new relationship. It could be new friendships. The Hierophant is just really about ascending to higher levels of commitment. So whether it's just some new things that you're choosing to obey or abide by, or a relationship, because the Four of Wands is also an engagement, and this of course can be marriage. So for some of you, you really are in a very good, healthy relationship, or that's something that you're focusing on. You don't want to be focusing on this anymore, especially if there's been some resistance in a relationship. Maybe this is what you're dodging a bullet from, and moving away from, and choosing independence, choosing to change the narrative of your life. And of course there will be some things that need to be, you know, dealt with the Orphan card, this feeling of not feeling good enough, or why did this not work out, or maybe this person has blamed you for a few things or tried to trigger you a little bit. But we do have underneath that time to go. So I do see that you guys are going to be finding new people, you know, who you can get along with. But there is this element coming through with this past energy where there's just a bit of conflict here that might be coming up for you guys. All right, I'm going to put these back in. Try not to let it disturb you. Nine of Wands is saying to be on guard. Don't let this person get to you. All right, it's super important, because you are moving forward. You're not fighting this anymore. And sometimes, you know, it's very hard, especially when we are triggered back. Like, well, how dare this person say this to me? But Seven of Wands is saying there is no need to fight back. At the end of the day, this person can see that you're improving your life and doing something they can't do for themselves. So their way of stopping you is just to try to upset you or try to bring you down or whatever. So we're going to move away from that. Someone to do with your past, but yes, they might be coming forward and saying something. But either way, we're moving away from it. You're choosing a new cycle, which is good. So let's see what's coming up in that new cycle of yours. All right, just be aware of this. We have Queen of Cups and Eight of Swords. So you guys could be moving into a more... Now, you guys are the water sign, so this Queen of Cups does represent you. Is more of a softer energy, which is not bad. You're in more of your emotions. You could be, you know, which might be new for you, actually. For those who I'm reading for, this feels like this is part of that new stage of your life. So maybe you really kind of would sweep things under the rug, that, like we said before. Now you're in an element of where you're addressing your emotions. So this is good. You have a very big heart, for those who I'm reading for. The Queen of Cups is super sentimental. She's super sweet. She's nurturing. She's healing to people because she understands them on an emotional level. You know, she overflows with emotions to give to others, as you can see here. She's a psychic. She usually goes towards jobs that are like counseling or stuff, things that really target people's emotions. But the thing is, we have the Eight of Swords here, so you guys could be struggling, sorry, you could be struggling with some imposter syndrome, or again, there could be some fear when it comes down to how you're feeling emotionally. It may be because of a decision with the Two of Swords, or it could be cutting something out. But what we have underneath that is the Sun. So for some of you, if you are traveling, this is a really good combination for travel, for learning new things, for facing the Sun, facing optimism. And this does kind of indicate that maybe you have a bit of a fear for being positive or being too positive. You might be seeing the glass half empty. Is that what they say? Recently, because it has been like that, you know, I understand, but now you're trying to switch the narrative. You're trying to see more of the positive and trying to believe in more of the positive and trying to embody that nurturing energy that you have, because I think you've been feeling quite drained. You haven't been feeling like yourself, for those who I'm reading for, emotionally anyway. Like, it's just, I'm feeling kind of depleted and held back. Like, she's fearful of offering her cup out. She's stopping herself from doing it because she's scared of, you know, of course it could go right, but what if it goes completely wrong? And the Eight of Swords is a card of overthinking. It is a card of being stuck in the head. So, you know, we don't have to make any choices right now. Is one thing I will say with this. But the first step I would actually recommend is to just take the blindfold off. Just to look around you. Don't think about the worst case scenario. Just see what's around you. Because sometimes the mind can be a trap, especially because these are swords, and what you're wanting to do is focus more on your emotions and how you're feeling, and not on what you're thinking and what could happen. So just try to pay attention to that, because in both of these cards, the blindfold is on. Some of you are going to be connecting to your intuition a little bit more, but there is a block here. Alright. Alrighty. Can we see what this decision will be with the fork in the road? It's choosing strength. And we have the Death card coming through, okay? So then for some of you, we have the Four of Swords. There may have been somebody who has been struggling with their health. Alright. Maybe you've had someone who's passed and was struggling with their health. This feels like something that's already happened. We had the Strength card coming through, and there may be a little bit of a question of what am I going to do moving forward, or maybe because the Death card is also and predominantly about transformation and change, and again, kind of new cycles. But in order for this cycle to begin, we have to let go of an old thing, an old part of ourselves, an old chapter in our life. And it does take strength to do that. So for a lot of you, you may be grieving something, and it doesn't have to just be a person. My condolences if it is, but it's also to do with, you know, a relationship. It's a friendship. It's something that is going to be upsetting to you. With that Death card here, as you can see, this person's got her head in her head in her hands. There we go. Because what has ended, you know, can't be brought back. So it's about moving forward, and Spirit wants to say here that you do have the strength to move forward. Right? It may have been a relationship or a friendship with a Leo. We have Scorpio here. So the fork in the road is kind of it is a dead end. More than it is a decision. It's okay, well, I have to do something different now. My life is changing now because of this situation that's come to a halt. Alright, just don't let your thoughts paralyze you. You are completely capable of making a decision and moving forward, but give yourself grace. Remember that you have strength. Some of you, there may have been a third party situation with the Ten of Swords and the Three of Cups here. Or it could have been a friendship or a few people that you've fallen out from, because this is my card of friendships. Alright. Or it may have been a female presence that had passed. We have this golden aura around this energy. So I just want to say that you are being protected. It's very similar to that stars for me anyways. It's like this golden energy is protecting you. Okay. What else for my water signs, please? 3 of Pentacles in reversed. The King of Cups. Alright, for some of you, you may have somebody who's just not collaborating. Like somebody's just not cooperating. Somebody might not be putting the effort into something here. This could be another water sign, but this could be you. The 3 of Pentacles, if this is you, 3 of Pentacles is usually planning, prepping, building the foundations that it could be fulfilled with something. And the King of Cups here is somebody who is on top of their emotions, incapable of balancing them, and knows when they are needed and knows when they are not. So I think some advice here is to maybe start focusing on that foundation, to focus on that plan. Also making sure that our emotions are intact also, which take the time that you need for that, of course. But for some of you, this does look like either a breakup, or it does look like, you know, this might be a time to really be in your own energy. Like, of course, reach out to people if you want to, because that could help, but it's more of a case of like needing that time to yourself to really understand this transformation is happening for you, because it does feel big. It feels like it's a very big turning point in your life. I'm gonna pull you one of these lovely oracle cards that's going to give us a key word for you guys. The initial F is coming through, and awe. We have fear. And the little bit of affirmation underneath says, I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So fear blocks love. So it's about trying to balance the scale here and how to choose love over fear, faith over fear. We have relationships. There may be some fear in terms of like maybe getting a new relationship off the ground because of fear of the past repeating itself. Relationship says, I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. So by saying that might actually help you kind of abolish that. Is that abolish that fear? Sorry, I'm gonna remove this chair underneath me because it's in my way. All right, so take the time that you need, but I do believe that you are moving forward in terms of your relationships with people. And this is a very big time for that. And again, as I was saying before, I also feel like this is a very big time of like your heart space. That Queen of Cups is very important in terms of representing this next cycle. And it's great because you guys are water signs, so it makes sense. It is about being in your divine feminine, but it's more of a case of opening up your heart space, learning how to deal with our emotions in a sense of understanding when they are super powerful and can help us be powerful, and when they might be trying to tell us the other way. So, you know, emotions are like roller coasters. It's about trying to really conquer that so that you can, you know, create a stable foundation even when your emotions are a bit here and there. But I'm seeing you guys doing it for yourself. I'm just going to pull you some tea leaf tarot for you guys, for water signs, please. There's some significance around June. There may have been some financial dips in June, okay? Might still be recovering from that. We have June and Shark, take care. There'll be a loss of material wealth. All right, some of you may have been scammed, or some of you may have lost some money on like an unexpected financial thing. We have new home, new attitude. So we did see that you might have been moving. We do have scales here though that came out with this. Okay, sorry, way ahead of my mouth. Like at times, we have keep your life in balance, new home, new attitude, and I feel like actually you moving is actually what's keeping your life or moving your life into balance, because maybe you were living with somebody who, you know, kind of made you out of balance. Maybe you were living in an environment that wasn't helping towards your stability and balance in life. So I feel like this move is very big for you. It is going to bring some balance into your life, bring some structure into your life, and bring some healing into your life as well. All right, so happy to be back. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. It's not all going to be like this. I will do individual signs as well, but I just wanted to make sure that whilst I'm here, I get everyone out, hopefully on the same day or at least within the same week. So no one thinks that they're a favorite, because you're all my favorite. I love everyone. But anyway, yeah, happy to be back. Sending you my love, and I hope you guys have an incredible week. All right.